your eye, but I'll make it look really real. So that's like the acting of it, but it's a lot of physicality. It takes a lot of work. This year specifically, I did 3 big action movies. I mean, a show and 2 action movies. And I'm in the best shape of my life. And everybody keeps asking me, they're like, why do you look like this? Do action movies. So it's better than a gym.
Train for 20 hours a day.
Exactly.
With the
Better
best.
than a gym.
For sure. And much more fun and much more challenging as well.
This year, though, season 2 with Citadel is very exciting. It's a super grounded show. We have a lot of more interesting cast that's come in besides me, Richard Madden, and Stanley Tucci, and Leslie Manville. We have just Jack Rayner, Matt Berry, like amazing actors that have come in to make this season really interesting. Plus also we had the Italian show, Citadel Diana, that came out. We had the Indian show, which was Citadel Honey Bunny, which came out, which is the origin story of my character, which was really fun to watch as well. So now, and we have 2 more languages. I can't speak about what those languages are yet, but 2 more local language shows that are coming out, one from Europe and one from Latin America. And they're all connected with each other. So that, like, to me, is the most exciting part of Citadel. There has never been a show that has been attempted at this scale, which has actually taken local language, local filmmakers, crew, creating a show in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world, and connecting them all together. So it's so ambitious, and only Amazon Prime could have done it because, and we had a writer's room once with all the writers from all the different shows, and it was about 100 people. It takes so many people to think of storylines like that. And I know that when you watch a show, we only see the actors, but we're standing on the shoulders of almost 400 people. And it's really amazing to be a part of the show.
Yeah, it's truly global as well, and its audience.
Actually global.
Yeah, actually.
With local writers and global talent, cast from around the world. It's wonderful.
The White Tiger, which you executive produced, got nominated for an Best Adapted Screenplay. Again, how proud are you that you find, as a producer, those types of roles that you can, just show the world?
Well, the White
Not
Tiger
roles,
was
but projects.
Yeah, the White Tiger was a very interesting story. I was on, not funny, interesting. I was on Twitter, which is now called X, at that time, and I read a Deadline article saying that The White Tiger was being adapted by Netflix. And it was one of my favorite books when it had come out back in the day. I remember reading it overnight, and I was like, I called my agents and I said, this movie is being made. I really want to be, in some way or form, I want to be a part of it. It actually, like it's just so much fun. Like back in the day, Lethal Weapon and those kind of action comedies that used to have, this has that kind of tone. And the funny part to me was, so Idris Elba and John Cena are 2 really big guys, right? Big gentlemen. But they're playing heads of state in the movie. So one is the President of the United States and one is the Prime Minister of the UK. So they don't get to do the action. Guess who does?
I'm sure John Cena was delighted.
I know, they loved it. But it was just, that was really funny to go into a movie with these guys and being the one like actually protecting them. But it was a lot of fun, and the cast was great. We shot in London, we shot in France, and I think you all will really enjoy it. It's a really fun movie.
I'm looking forward to it.
And The Bluff. The Bluff is a co-production of Purple Pebble Pictures with Agbo, which is the Russo brothers, and with Amazon Prime, and it's a really special film. So when it first came to me, it's basically about female pirates. I didn't know that there were actual female pirates that existed. I don't know how many of you. Yeah,
I know now.
Yes, there are actual female pirates that existed. So there's this Irish female pirate called Grace O'Malley. There was a Chinese one. There was a bunch of them, and I went down a rabbit hole of what these women. Imagine in the 1700s, you are living on a pirate ship with a crew that's all men, and your job is to be an actual pirate. And these are women, and there are women who have fought battles when they were pregnant. There are women that have escaped while being horribly injured. There were so many incredibly brave stories about female pirates that I was very inspired to do the movie. So this movie is based in the 17 to 1800s when piracy was being abolished, and it's the story of a woman she was a pirate in her past, and now has started a new life, and how her past catches up to her. And it's a dramatic piece, lots of action, really violent, but at the same time, extremely vulnerable. Carl Urban stars in it with me, along with Ismael de Cruz, and like a really amazing cast of people. And we shot it in Australia, but it is based in the Cayman Islands. And the Cayman Islands at that time was a place where travelers would stop to just take a breather while they're traveling around the world. So it was a super diverse place. So the casting in the movie is also extremely diverse. It was very challenging for me to play someone from the Caribbean, because obviously they speak differently, and they sound different and look different. So I'm really excited of what you all will think when you see that movie. Finger crossed you like it. You name it, Bono, like you name it, and I had met everyone, Beyonce, Rihanna, during this duration. And it was just such an incredible time in my life. It was 2 years that I spent doing that, as well as making movies in India. And just very quickly I realized I was better at my day job, which is acting. So I had 4 singles that came out, and then after that I just put a stop to it, because I just, like I told you, I like to do something. I like to do something at 100%. I feel like I didn't have a point of view in my music as I did in my acting. So I still have about 40 songs with incredible artists around the world in my laptop somewhere. But I decided to look for representation in the States. I signed on with an agency back then, and it was pilot season, and they said pilot season means when big networks decide if they're going to greenlight a show or not. So it was pilot season where everyone is auditioning, and all the new shows are being shown to everyone, and they said just come to LA for pilot season. And I was offered from ABC Studios, because again I was at a party, and I met the VP of casting at this party, and she asked me, she's like, you do movies, have you ever thought of television? And I'd never done TV. And I mean, I'd done Khatron Ke Khiladi, which I hosted just for fun because it was in Brazil and I wanted to go. But I had my priorities.
Well, travel is important.
Yes, Brazil, yes. But I'd never really done television. And when this offer came to me, I said, okay, I'll go to LA, and ABC sent me a bunch of scripts to read, and then it was my first audition.
And you got it.